beautiful.
I'm hard of hearing.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
true.
Because explosions and stuff.
Because of explosions and guns and things.
3M. Sponsored by 3M.
Sponsored by 3M. Hey, 3M, thanks for that paycheck, by the way. That lawsuit's working out great.
Sorry.
The great part is it hits all of us.
Yeah.
Like yours, the earplugs. 3M is in every single product that we use.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, they own the world.
They own the world. They really do.
Well, I'm going to let you get this one going, sir.
Okay. Well, welcome to the War for Men podcast.
That was beautiful, Chris. Thank you.
I was syncing the audio.
Consider it synced.
We this episode is brought to you by Silver Peak Plumbing.
Elevating your expectations.
If you guys want to sponsor an episode as
beautiful.
well, reach out. Let us know. We're use
cheap.
some more money.
So this episode all started. I was just kind of looking out there, and I went on to Reddit and typed in men's mental health and just wanted to read stories and ask people how they've overcome their struggles, tips and tricks that they've used to better themselves. And the first couple of articles, I don't know what Reddit calls them, the first couple of posts, subreddits, the first couple of posts were very anti men's mental health. That's not exactly where I want to start. I want to start with a post that is kind of on the border, but it starts with a question that I wanted to ask you guys. What does men's mental health mean to you? And the post says, I'm curious about what thoughts arise when you hear this term. Jake, what does men's mental health mean to you?
No, men's mental health to me is like understanding your importance of the world around you, the impact that you have on lives around you. Even regardless if you think no one's watching, people are watching you and they're learning from you. You are an example to someone.
Right.
So it's how to be a good example. And you do that by working on yourself first so you can better take care of others.
I love it. Chris, same question.
Yeah, men's mental health for me is being able to just it's just being able to go through life, just being able to handle your business. And I've experienced a lot of mental health struggles myself and in my family, and seeing what it does and what it inhibits and what it prevents. And I think it ultimately, if you want to go down that route, negative and bad mental health is a tool used by dark forces to keep you from being the person and the version of yourself that you can and should be.
Yeah.
And having good mental health makes you unstoppable.
I love it. I want to jump into the comments on this one.
No, you got to answer the question now.
Oh.
What does men's mental health mean to you, Mitchell?
Men's mental health to me.
Not letting your friends skip questions.
Yeah. Holding your friends accountable. That's an excellent point.
Beautiful.
It's a brotherhood. It's knowing and understanding that the people around you have struggles, that you have struggles, that there is shared struggles. There is a multitude of problems that rest upon men's shoulders. And I think most of the time we specifically talk to men because that's what we are. Like that's who we're trying to support right now. I have the most input on men's mental health because I'm a man. But knowing that I have to deal with everything at work, I'm the boss at work, and everything's my fault if it goes wrong. Then I have to come home and I have to help raise my kids. And I have to be present, and I can't just check out because my life is hard. I can't just not be there for my kids and doom scroll Instagram all day because that's what I want to do because I can avoid my problems. That's kind of men's mental health to me.
Well said.
Thank you. There is, so the first comment on this one is my immediate thought is, why are we gendering mental health? People of all genders should have access to the resources they need for mental health.
My immediate thought is the reason we have to gender it is because all the mental health resources out there, in my opinion, are geared towards women, because they are the ones who are allowed to feel a certain way. They are the ones allowed to be open and vocal about their mental health struggles, because when men do it, it comes out in an angry way traditionally, because that's the only emotion we feel we are allowed to show sometimes. And then it just comes out as toxic. So then we shut down again because we're told to be quiet, and women are allowed to cry, and we're here for you. We're going to support you. So that's why it has to be specific for men, in my opinion, because there has not been made available a space for that.
Yeah, I think it's starting to, but definitely in the past, it has been very hard to get access, not access, but it's never been an issue. It's never been talked about.
And it's our own fault too. I'm not saying women have nothing to do with us not doing anything about it, because we're big boys.
Right.
We could do this, but
I'm not going to go look for it. My wife has to push me and get me.
We do it. We do it to ourselves. And so that's part of what we're doing.
The next comment and last one I had on this one is, to me, as this person says, to me, it's kind of a tired topic. Sure, there are real conversations to be had about men's mental health, but I don't feel like many of them are being held in good faith. There always feels to be like an underlying intent to downplay misogyny and blame women, or making feminism more palatable to men.
That's awkward.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of reminds me of, we had the comment on our book on Amazon where this person was mostly butthurt because Chris Moore wasn't the author they wanted to be. But he continually made the comment that we had a very sexist book. It's like, what did we ever do that was sexist? And if you ever read through our book, there's nothing sexist in there. We don't undermine women. We don't do that on our podcast. We're not here for that. The only thing we undermine is the toxicity that some people play, saying that toxic masculinity, because you're a man for having to go out and get dirty for a living. You're the one building this country. You're the one fighting for this country. And that type of masculine behavior, because we talk to each other differently, we have a different opinion of how things work, and that makes us toxic. And it's such a bullshit point of view. And at the end of the day, I mean, stats don't lie. You put it on the front of our page for a reason, the very front, that 80% of suicides in this country are men. And we're not here to repair women or put words in their mouths, but we're here to just create a brotherhood and let men know that it is a very masculine thing to do, to talk to each other.
Yeah. And again, it's so funny how people point, for example, at the book where it has nothing to do with women. It's not about women, but someone out there will be offended by just that fact. We can't win. If we try to put words in women's mouth, if I try to speak from their point of view, I need to be quiet because I'm not a woman and I shouldn't speak on these things. Or if I don't include them at all, it's also a problem. You just can't win. And so we are just going to lean into it. And, again, like we said in the beginning, we are men and this is for men because that's what we know, because that's who we are. And yeah, I'm going to echo you on the toxic masculinity. There are toxic people, period. There are toxic behaviors, period. But just by virtue of being a man and doing masculine things, like building everything you see around you, including the positive things, is not toxic inherently. They're just toxic people, and there are things and tools that are used in a great, beautiful way and in a toxic way. And men and women can be toxic equally. Equal opportunity toxicity.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like if you're the man getting out and getting drunk and beating your wife, we're here to tell you that you are in the wrong.
Screw you.
Like, to a certain extent. I mean, if you need help, like, yeah, like up front, yeah, screw you. You're kind of a piece of shit for that. Are you lost? Probably not. But we're here to tell you that you need to dig deeper and talk to a therapist and see what the underlying symptoms are and figure out why you think you have to act like that.
Yeah, and you need good masculine men to stop the bad guys, to stop the guys from beating on their wives. If you make nobody masculine, here's a secret: the bad guys are always going to exist. And if you take away all the good masculine men, there's going to be no one to stop them.
Yeah. So this is the post that really set me off. It was one of the top right at the beginning, and it caught my eye, and it irked me to the core. And it says, "I am sick of hearing about men's mental health." And it's tagged as a rant. Does anyone else find it odd that men's mental health has become such a pressing concern for society, even though women attempt suicide more and have higher rates of mental illness? I feel like I'm being brainwashed to care about this issue. I can't go anywhere online without seeing a viral post or awareness campaign for men's mental health. It's everywhere, and yet, for some reason, men still complain that no one ever talks about it. What more do they want? I've never seen an awareness campaign for women's mental health ever. It's like it doesn't even exist or has been deemed irrelevant or unworthy of discussion. And yet I'm supposed to believe that men are the ones being neglected. How?
I think that's an algorithm problem.
If all you're seeing on your TikTok is
yeah, as far as I'm concerned, there's hardly anyone doing men's mental health.
Reset your algorithm.
Like, I guess there's a lot of people talking about it nowadays about the problem that suicide, people are starting to come out more, where suicide rates are so high. But at the end of the day, like, how many of these people are actually doing something about it?
Yeah.
How many of these people are actually saying, being a masculine man is very important to the world and society, but how many of them are actually like trying to help the masculine men rather than just telling us that we're toxic?
They're not. They're just trying to change it. And that's what I see more is where we need to change what it means to be a man, or men are just so bad already. We just need to, first of all, men, your time is done. You need to stop talking. And it's so easy for them to do that from a nice, cushy, chair and in a nice studio or office that they didn't build. Yeah. Women work alongside construction workers all the time. We've been in construction. We've seen it. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about are people, men included, sitting from such a place of privilege, talking down about others, why they sit from a point of view of this cushy life. It drives me insane. It really does. Mm-hmm. I agree with you. That's an algorithm problem. I think you're seeking it out, and you're very angry about something, and somewhere along the way. And as far as being brainwashed into caring about men's mental health, you might be the only one.
I think this person just needs therapy themselves.
Yeah. There is a common denominator between a lot of these posts that there's a stat that keeps being brought up, and it's that women attempt suicide way more than men.
Now, how true is that?
I haven't found the stats for attempted suicide. I have stats for successful. It's a really dark way to put it, but I
people who have actually
gone through with it, accomplished their goal, and it is 80%. So 50% of the population makes up 80% of the suicides, and that's men. And it's this is from the CDC. I believe this is the CDC one. Females per 100,000 is, how do I read that?
So it's 5.9 females per 100,000
and 22.7 per 100,000 of males. I'm sorry, we're just better at it than they are.
Well, I mean, we get finishing building a house. Why can't we just finish accomplishing that as well?
Really, it's a point is brought up pretty often that the way that men go about it is just more violently. It's with a gun, it's with poison, it's with hanging, it's with whatever. It's horrible. And all in all, I don't care. I don't care about the numbers. It all needs to stop. But what I can do is what I am, and I can push and support men. I can help them.
Well, yeah, and we're not opposed to helping women either. We're just, frankly, are they going to let us help? They're going to let Ironhide come in to these spaces. If they do, fantastic. We would love to talk to them. But this stat, where these numbers do matter, is the reason, makes us do what we do and makes us want to talk about this. Yeah. Because if this was not the case, if it wasn't overwhelmingly men trying to, or not just trying to in this case, obviously, I'm trying not to get too emotional about this because I've been in this situation myself, and it's a very dark, very sad, very horrible place to be. And this is a sickness. These people are sick because there's no rational thinking going on, because the aftermath of this is so devastating, so hard. And for 80% of the population to be men in this situation makes us want to do what we want to do. And it has nothing to do with us with us hating women. That you really have to take a look in your mirror if you really believe us trying to do something to help 80% of the people who commit suicide. You have to look at yourself in the mirror if you think there's a problem. However that correlates to us hating women is beyond me.
Yeah, I agree. I did come upon a story which I think does a great job, and they say my partner, my partner. I'd like to think it's a husband and wife, where the wife is talking about her husband, and I clicked on it because I thought I was going to be really, really pissed at this post because it says men's mental health is a joke.
It's like reading a CNN headline.
It's clickbait. It's clickbait, and It's rage bait, and it turned out to be a really eye-opening story. It says, I just need to rant about this. I don't really have anyone that I can rant to about it, but oh my goodness, using this as a throwaway. My partner is a lovely human. I love him more than life itself. You know, he's a fantastic partner, even better father, and genuinely could not ask for a more beautiful person by my side. He has faced so much in his life. He carries so much on his shoulders. He's faced his mom nearly dying. He's a carer for her now, and he supported me when I was suffering through my poor mental health. He is truly a beacon of light. But now he's suffering. It seems as though it doesn't matter. No one seems to care that he's breaking down, that he's struggling with insomnia, stress, and worry. We've tried the crisis team that they told us that they would refer, but they told us that they would refer him, and they never did. They just fobbed him off to our GP, who is as useful as a tissue in a tsunami. The GP didn't even call to follow up for anything. Unless he tells him that he's going to harm himself, they don't do a thing. But because he told them the truth and said he would never do that, because he knows the effect it has on people, they're happy just to leave him get worse. I don't know how much louder I can scream for help. I keep calling again and again, trying to beg them to help him, but still no one listens. 3 times as many men die from suicide than women, but because of the way of society, nobody seems to care. It was easy for me to get help. I rang my doctor, surgery, spoke to a GP, got pills the same day. But for my other half, we're at the 3-month mark, no therapy, no pills, not anyone even effing checking to see if he's even still alive. In fact, they lied to him and told them that they would refer him to help, and they didn't. The system is broken. It isn't It isn't a joke at this point, or it's a joke at this point. Thank you for letting me vent about this.
So it is wild that her thing about men's mental health is a joke is not men's mental health is a joke.
No, it's getting help is a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lack of men's mental health.
Exactly. She makes the point right at the end of when she had a crisis, drop of a hat, boom. But the doctor's not calling him back. Unless he's saying that he's going to self-harm, nothing's going to happen. But he seems to be the type of person that I can't self-harm because I have a wife and kids that depend on me. And I'm just not about that.
Self-harm can go deeper than just being suicidal.
Oh, he's definitely self-harming himself, but like
maybe not
his
to
own
the level
mind,
of suicide, but
with his own mind hurting him.
Well, and how many people commit suicide that say they're not going to?
Yeah.
I would argue more people commit suicide that tell you to your face that they're not going to do it because they know they're going to do it and they don't want you to stop them. And for this wife to be begging for help and for it to be being ignored is extremely telling of where everyone is and how things get viewed. And that's where I've said in the beginning, it just seems like it's geared towards this other part of the population. They already have a plan in place. Oh, we have a woman saying this. Oh, there's this X amount of pills that we have in our arsenal. Just throw those at her. And I don't know if it's because they're more vocal about them needing help. That I'm sure that's part of it. But it seems like men do not get the help they need unless the farmer takes himself to the hospital. Do they take it seriously?
Right. Well, we talked about not too long ago, just with my cancer, I wasn't going to do anything about it until my wife told me, go to the urgent care. You're dying. It's so frustrating to see people needing help and then asking for it and nobody following up, right? Like how simple is that to shoot a text and say, hi, I'm Dr. whatever. You had an appointment a couple weeks ago about men's mental health, or about your mental health. How you doing? Done. That's it. I don't know. Maybe the doctor can't bill for that.
Well, it's certainly part of it, and not throwing shade at the doctor, but maybe more of the administration part of it.
Yeah. It hurts to watch people go through this. It hurts to watch and have friends that either won't seek help or don't talk about their issues.
Well, even the VA sucks at that. Like, it's wild to me that the VA, when I was first trying to open up when I needed help, all they want to do is throw pills at me.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to take these. Like, the pills have just insane side effects. And on some of them, it's homicidal. Like, so if I'm suicidal, I won't be suicidal anymore, but I'll be homicidal. How is that any better?
Yeah.
Like, blows my mind. Years later, randomly going on the line, and the only reason why I found this out is because I was looking for VA benefits on home buying stuff when I was going to purchase a house. And I started finding some of these programs where you can go do outdoor recreational activities paid for by the VA. Now, why wouldn't the VA ever tell me about that directly?
Right.
They didn't tell me about any of that. They're just like, yeah, we'll give you some pills. You want to come talk to a therapist? No, I don't want your damn pills. And like, what is your therapist even like?
So even if there is programs to help, they're not broadcast.
They're not broadcast. The VA
they're not talked about. They're not.
They refused to tell me about any of that. And I had to.
It's upsetting.
And it was a miracle that I even found out about it. But like, even my other military friends who suffer like major problems as well, I started telling them about these programs. Like, that's not real. It is. And you have to like know where these websites are, how to get in touch with them. And if you don't know someone that knows about it, then chances are you don't know about it.
Yeah, I think so much of this mental health stuff is very top down, it makes these people up here feel good that they came up with a program or they did this, but do they have real world experience with actually wanting to get them implemented? Do they, there's so many, for example, in construction, there's so many mental health programs or different things or signs that gets put on the wall. And I feel like these come from very well-intentioned places, but in my experience, been on small job sites to very large job sites. It'll get talked about. One day we'll have our mental health week. We'll have some people you can come talk to in front of everyone, by the way. Like, hey, we're going to come out and do this big stand down. You guys, we have mental health professionals up here that you can talk to. Everyone on the job site will watch you and see you go up and talk to these guys. So
that's not going to happen.
So many guys aren't going to do that. Well, we have a QR code you can go scan. We put this poster up on the wall, and then we feel good about ourselves. We did it, and that's part of what made us want to start this, was so that we could start something from the inside out. Because whether it's military or construction or any other industry, I just feel like there are these what could be very helpful and useful programs, but they're put out by people. It's very top down, very corporate, and we made this thing so we can feel good about it, and we're going to present it in a way that's very inaccessible, or we're not going to present it at all.
They don't want you to use it. It costs money.
They don't want you to use it.
It's a tax write-off.
And it's cheaper to throw a pill at it to solve a symptom and not dive deeper.
Yeah. Well, I was recently on a very big job site, and in doing what we're doing right now, I saw the posters. I talked to my crew and just say, hey, what is this something that you guys would ever do? They're like, no. We make fun of those posters so much because they're a joke, right? Like it's not what, how do I say it? It's not really what, I was going to say it's not what guys need, but they do. They do need it. It's not the appropriate way to go about it.
No, it's just presented the wrong way.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. It's the wrong language. It's these people who have no idea what it is to talk to to the blue collar military person, to the blue collar construction worker. It's suits trying to talk to boots.
Yeah.
And it's just, we don't speak the same language.
It's so true though. Like so many therapists that I had to talk to and go through, it's just like, what is even, like, how are we supposed to even connect or relate? Like, why would I talk to you? You read a book and got a piece of paper that says that you can talk to me, but there's nothing in our 5 minutes conversation talking to each other is like, we're not relatable. We're not compatible at all. Like,
yeah.
Every time I tell you that I feel like beating the shit out of someone, then you look at me like I'm a devil. Like, isn't that the whole point? Like, it was so...
Hey, you're broken.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, versus someone that's gone through combat like you that would hear that story and be like, "Oh yeah, that's normal."
Yeah.
Well, I had a therapist, and in his initial talking to me, he went about it and he said, "Well, how's your relationship with your mom and your dad?" My relationship with my mom and dad is amazing. Okay? How's your relationship with your wife? Pretty dang good. Then what's wrong with you? What's the issue? Huh? What? You're fine. Wait a minute. I can have great relationships in my life and still be depressed and still have issues.
Dude, it's so hard to find an appropriate therapist.
Uh-huh.
Which, I mean, this is a future thing. If you're listening to this by now, hopefully someday it'll come out, but we definitely are working to make a list of like Ironhide approved therapists, men who have actually worked with actual men and have been men.
Right.
Who's worked with the PTSD laden veterans, who understand where they're coming from, who's been in the construction sites. And
even if they're just a therapist that's willing to dive into what the actual issue is.
Yeah, not just stop it. Oh, you sound violent because you want to hurt someone.
Or, hey, you don't have a problem with your mom. You're fine.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Yeah, like it's
like it is sad, but
dive into what's going on.
For as pro therapy as we are, there are a lot of shit therapists out there.
There's a lot of guys that collect a paycheck.
Well, and it's not just the therapists, and I feel like so many people are being put in a losing situation from the beginning. My wonderful mother-in-law was a therapist, and I feel like I can say this now because she just retired. But I'm being told by her, from someone from the inside, what they're being told, what therapists are being taught now, and how they're telling therapists to talk to people instead of, and she's told me before, in certain situations, she's not allowed to probe deeper. She's only allowed to just, someone says this, then this is the playbook. And you have to go down this checklist, and there's no more, well, let's dive deeper into this issue. Let's pull this out. And it's a really disservice for whatever reason that's being fed to the new incoming, therapists. And luckily there's a lot of really great therapists out there that are calling bullshit, that aren't subscribing to what they're being mandated to do, even though they could potentially lose their jobs. I'm finding out. And it's we can't win.
Yeah. Another program the government's trying to ruin.
Just talk to me. I just want to talk. On to another post. We have, this is why men don't open up about mental health, because women throw it in our faces. Is anyone noticing that what most men mean is women are not letting us use our trauma as an excuse to behave badly with no consequences?
So your thoughts on this one?
Women are not letting us use our trauma as an excuse to behave badly with no consequences. If you use your trauma as an excuse for anything that you do, I probably can't say the words on the internet or on YouTube. You're a piece of garbage. Like, my first thing that I want to say is your problems are your problems. Deal with it. That's partly part of the problem.
But also actually seek help and admit that there's a problem.
Yes. If you're trying to use your poor mental health, or I had a hard day at work, leave me alone, back off. You need help and you need to grow up.
Yes.
It's both. Okay. It's not just, oh, you're having a hard time. You just need help. You just need to talk to a therapist, but also you need to grow up a little bit. Days are going to be very hard. You are going to have to do things in your life while having hard days, right? You have a really crappy day at work. You still got to go home and be a dad, a husband, a friend. You can't just give up. That's on you.
Yeah. And the idea that you can just go through life and just not show any emotion, it's not real. That's make believe. It's just going to come out in an emotion you don't get to decide.
Or
it's going to come out, or a time. It's going to come out in anger. It's going to come out in a burst. And then you are this toxic guy that people are painting you. Then you're proving them right. If you don't deal with them in a healthy way, it's going to come out eventually. There's only so much PSI you can handle before it boils over and you hurt someone or yourself, or you say something that you can't take back. That's where it's such a lie when it's like, well, just deal with it, just hold it in. It's no one cares.
Suck it up.
Oh, this person's just always a dick. Well, maybe because they aren't dealing with their problems, and so they have to take it out somehow. It has to get out of them. The valve has to get open every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, there's phrases that are applicable and are important. It's like fake it till you make it. I'm having a really hard time. I'm going to push through until I can let myself release. Right? Sometimes I have to hold it in for a minute. But it's a minute. It's not years. I have to hold it together until I can appropriately release stress or whatnot. And that could be talking to a friend, talking to a therapist, going on a hike, going to the gym. The other phrase that comes to mind is white knuckling it, right? It's the same thing. I can clench my fists, but I can't do this forever.
No,
I can't do this forever. I had an example given to me one time. It's a really fun one. Here, Jake, you're probably the strongest out of all of us because you do gym stuff. You pick up heavy things. Take this phone and hold it out. Okay, go to the side where it's harder. How long do you think you can hold that for?
Just because I know myself fairly well, probably about 5 minutes, and I'll start to fail.
Okay, so 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
This is your issues. Okay, this is your problems.
It seems small, but
no, it seems small. But you're going to hold that as long as you possibly can. My question is why are you doing that? Put it down.
Hey, good idea.
Right? Like when I saw it, it was a water bottle, and it was portrayed as a guy who's really strong, really tough, and they said, hold it as long as you can. Hold it as long as you can. And he was up there, and he was shaking that he couldn't barely hold it anymore. And then they gave the analogy of those are your struggles. Those are your gripes with people, grudges. Like, why did you hold on to that for so long?
But it's even more than that because it piles on.
Oh, it's
so it's right now.
We're going to add more phones.
It's a phone. And now, you know what? Now something else goes by. Now it's more, you know, like it just piles up.
And wait. Now you have a kid. He's going to hold on. He's going to hold on to it. He's going to start climbing you. So that was a great example to me is let go of your issues, right? Like let them breathe, get out. One of the things we do with our kids is he's struggling. He's crying and whining and whatever. He's pissed. Breathe. Take a breath with me. Take a breath with me. Just take a second to relax.
You know, you talk about white knuckling a little bit as well. And this probably isn't like the most appropriate thing, but it's something that I felt like kind of had to be done in the Army because like you go on like a lot of shitty missions and do a lot of things that you don't want to. And as the non-commissioned officer in charge, the leader, you have to get people to understand that like we have to go do this and we don't have time to complain. It's grab your bag and go. So one of my big mottos is mission first, feelings later. Yeah. Meaning I am fully open, and everyone knows this, that I'm in charge of. Like, I'm fully open to sitting down. You can yell at me. You can be mean to me. You can say what you need to. Do what we need to. We will have those discussions, and if you think I'm doing something wrong, like, come talk to me about it. But in the moment, it's mission first. You're going to pack your stuff. You're going to go complete said mission, and then when it's complete, then we'll sit down and have the talk on what went wrong, what could we do better.
Yeah, it's that time and place thing for sure. And where, again, like we said, if you just leave it up to itself, if you just let it pop off, if you let it be in control, it's going to go off at the wrong time when you can't control it. And I really like that analogy. And I'm going to take other examples of pressure and things that are hard and your problems. There are some things that just don't go away. There are some things in your life that you're going to have to deal with all the time, whether it's a job that you really don't like but are stuck in for whatever reason, or there's a bad home life or a certain relationship or someone that depends on you, a family member that you're just kind of stuck with and for whatever reason. And so sometimes it's taking that weight and finding appropriate times, bring it in here to where your arm can recover, have your moment.
I have an idea.
And then
you can put it on my hand.
Or you can.
There's Brotherhood right there.
Or, you know.
You can either put it in mine or I'll hold your arm.
If this thing is welded to you, if your problem you can't get rid of for whatever reason, a lot of them we can. There's a lot of issues and mental health struggles that we can move past and we can overcome. But there are also just problems, and I wouldn't even necessarily say problems, but just burdens in our life that aren't going to go away. If it's the stress of holding down a family, that's going to be there regardless. But you can re-rack their weight sometimes, or you can hand it off to a buddy.
And you can build resilience, which is like building muscles to hold it longer.
And then put it back out there when you have to. But when it gets too rough, when it gets too tough, don't let it break you. You got to bring it in or hand it off when you can.
There's so many of these that I'd like to dive into. All in all, I think just kind of wrapping it up, I would like to see more men talking about their issues. I would like to see men seeking help. And I would like to see, like the post that we read earlier, of like spouses that are supportive, pushing, right? Not just supportive saying, I agree that you should go get help. Kick them in the butt and say, hey, go get help. Or in my instance, my wife had to go find a therapist because I didn't want to do it. And she found it and set up an appointment and said, you're going to be there. And I said, all right, fine. Yeah, I'll go. And it was beneficial. It was very beneficial, but I didn't like it. I would love to see just mental health being talked about in a positive way. I don't care what gender you are. Really, when it comes down to it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Man, woman, having a world where everybody can just say, hey, today I'm not doing okay. All right, let's figure it out. You need to take a break. You need to go on a hike. Let's make it work.
Agreed and well said.
Let us know what you think in the comments if you guys like talking about these subjects, and we'll mix it up with subjects of people ragging on men's mental health, and we'll mix it up with super positive stories of people that have pulled themselves through.
The epitome of resilience.
Exactly. The epitome of resilience. I'm a big visual learner, so I love like object lessons where like the person holding the water bottle as long as they could. And why did you need to? Let us know things that you want to see or topics that you guys want to know, learn about, or have us give our thoughts on. Thank you for joining us. Chris, Jake, I love you guys.
We love you, Mitch.
I'm glad that
Love you too, guys.
I'm glad that I can have you guys to help hold me up and bear my burdens.
Well, we got you, brother. And we have all you as well. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share so that we can ruin someone else's algorithm.
That's right.
Let's do it.
You know, it's interesting, though, that obviously the three of us aren't perfect with all this either. No. And even in just starting this, there's been a lot of moments where we talk to each other where it's like, we're starting to teach this, and now we're having to learn to do it ourselves.
Absolutely.
Like opening up to each other. So if you think that like, oh, you're not any good at it, well, we're the ones doing this, and we're not that great at it either. So let's keep learning together.
Oh, it is tough.
We're some of the most flawed people. So, and nowhere near professionals, just life experience.
We know how hard life is and how much of a struggle it is. So we have learned that we're not alone in this. So we're just sharing this along the way.
We are developing a program called The Mirror, and
it's so cool.
The purpose of it is not for advice, not for anything, but you could even just use it as a stepping stone to get yourself more comfortable with even finding an appropriate therapist for you.
Or just for talking.
Yeah, just talking. But it's unrecorded.
Uh-huh.
So once you clear the chat, close the window, there's never any sign that you've ever been on it, ever. The program, the algorithm, like it doesn't even save it for training purposes or nothing. So like literally that conversation is gone. The only reason I know or anyone knows that you've been on there is because of the analytics saying on the page that someone's gone there, and also the token usage for talking with the AI program that we use to go on there. And I can see that my money is being spent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
if it makes you feel better, we don't want to pay to record and save your stuff.
Yep.
But
what the Mirror is it is an AI program that you can dump your problems into, and it's like looking in a mirror. And it doesn't give you therapy advice. It doesn't say, well, you need to take this SSRI. You need to go do this. No, it's going to prompt you questions back to you to make yourself think and reflect on what the issue is, what you're bringing to the table. It's just going to try to pull things out of you that will better yourself.
It's total self-reflection. The mirror is the perfect word for it. And you can't lie to yourself. And it's something that I use quite a bit myself. And I put in, just put in what you're going through that day. Just put in, and sometimes we don't understand why we're frustrated. Sometimes I'll be going through the day and I don't know why I don't know why I'm snapping to people today. I don't get it. And so you put that, I'm snapping at people today, and it'll just ask you a series of questions, never giving any advice, but asking yourself. And there's been so many times and problems I have been able to self-resolve because of it. Not as even if it's just not resolved, I'm just aware, oh, that's why I'm pissed off. Okay, I need to go have this conversation with this person. Or, okay, this is why I'm pissed off. I'm really not mad at that guy at the plumbing supply house for not having the right part for me. I'm really not mad at him. I'm mad because of, it's just one of those things. But it's such a fantastic tool that is unfortunate that hadn't existed until now, but now that it does, this is going to help so many people.
Yep.
For sure. And right now it is in beta test. That's why it's very cheap to sign up on our website currently. But it
IronhideUSA.com.
Yeah, IronhideUSA.com.
IronhideUSA.com, sorry.
War for Men.
Warformen.com. There's a tab up in the top that says The Mirror. It is a wonderful program.
It is nice. And it is actually currently going to be stronger developed through one of my personally most trusted psychologists.
Yep.
And the app's coming soon. But
and an AI professional.
Yeah.
Build it.
And an AI professional who's also majors in psychology and everything.
I didn't know that. That's amazing.
Yeah. So two very powerful people.
Thank you, Jake, for pushing this along.
Yeah. The one good thing about us is we are smart enough to know when we need to bring the real experts in.
Yeah.
And the people that are really going to be developing this are exactly who you hope would be.
Yeah. We're talking about a psychologist who's worked with lots of military, 19th group, police forces, big trauma cases, firefighters. Like, this dude has seen and been through it all. I've been in Morocco with him. That's where I really got to know him. And he's an incredible human being and just super smart and all on board with the whole masculinity train. Well, take advantage of it.
Yeah, please. Thank you, everyone, for sticking around. See you guys on the next podcast.